Welcome to Now Included Unfiltered, a podcast to share real unfiltered stories right from our community. I want to take a moment to say thank you for taking the time to tune in. Whether this is your first time joining us or you're a longtime community member, we are so excited that you're here. Now Included Unfiltered is more than just a podcast. It's an opportunity to be a part of a conversation that our community is often left out of. So we are grateful that you are here taking action for better health with us. I appreciate the shares, I appreciate the comments and the engagement that we've had with all of our posts. Whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts, watching us on YouTube, or listening on Spotify, thank you, and thank you. This week, we are at the Black Women's Expo, where we sit down with Tawa Mitchell, a senior program officer at the MacArthur Foundation and healthcare advocate. Tawa also acts as a caregiver for her husband who has leukemia and her mother who has multiple myeloma and AL amyloidosis. We cover the importance of finding trustworthy health resources, the crucial role of a primary care physician, advocating for yourself and others, and learning to take care of yourself as a caregiver. These are unfiltered stories. This is an unshakable community. Come on, we've saved you a seat. My name is Tiffany Whitlow, and this is Now Included Unfiltered. I am so honored to take advantage of being here at the Black Women's Expo, the 30th year of the Black Women's Expo, to interview with Ms. Tawa Mitchell. Thank you so much for being on today's episode.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, it is seriously my pleasure.
Ditto.
This is so cool. So this is the 30th year of the Black Women's Expo, and you said you've been here before.
Yes, and it's so hard to believe. I'm a born and raised Chicagoan, and I haven't been here in so long, so it just feels so special to be here.
Oh my goodness.
On this anniversary.
Well, welcome. Well, we're here all the way from Alabama, so this is a special treat for us. So as you know, on our Now Included platform, we really focus on telling the stories of real Black women like yourself who are being resilient through life, who are having to be caregivers for other people, and we hope to share your story with other people in order to make a positive impact in their life. And so I want to start with this reality of how we actually met through your connection with LLS. Tell us a little bit about your connectivity to LLS here in the Chicago chapter.
Sure. So the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is a phenomenal organization, and it's the largest free resource on blood cancers, leukemias, lymphomas in the nation. And so in Illinois, my husband unfortunately was diagnosed with chronic lymphocytic leukemia back in 2011.
Wow.
And so when I started looking into information about his diagnosis, the first resource that we were provided was LLS.org. And that provided free information about his particular condition, but so many conditions. And that one thing led to another, led to my board service on the Leukemia Lymphoma Society board.
Wow, so you are on the board or were on the board?
I was on the board.
Okay.
So I'm an immediate past board member. My term ended last year.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for your service, not only to people here in Chicago, but to everyone else that is impacted by LLS.
Yes.
I know as we've been able to grow and scale the community, we've had an opportunity to partner with them in the different metro areas that we're in. And I know they have an event coming up in Birmingham, Alabama that regularly happens. I think they have events that happen throughout the community.
Yes,
so
indeed.
tremendous opportunity to be able to talk to you about LLS.
Thank
but on
you.
your day-to-day, when you're
Yes.
not being wife or mom,
Yes.
you also work for the MacArthur Foundation.
Yes, I work for the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, which is based here in Chicago, and we strive to create a more just, verdant, and peaceful world. I personally work on our Chicago team, which does grant making here locally.
Wow.
We have an enduring commitment to our hometown, which we're very proud of.
Wow. So what exactly does that mean for people here in Chicago? Are you a resource available for people?
Sure. On the LLS side, I am happy to provide information about the latest treatment, about how to get involved in patient support or access if they need information about their diagnosis, if families need support. Anything of that nature, LLS can provide if they want to advocate for better policies or other opportunities and research for their families, their patients, their caregivers. That's what LLS is here for. And I'm happy to make that connection.
So I want to go back. I know you mentioned that your husband was diagnosed in 2011. Did he immediately know that he had lymphoma? How
No,
was that?
not at all. My husband has worked for Caterpillar for 26 years.
Wow.
And had the opportunity to travel to Brazil for his job. And so that required a series of vaccinations for him to be healthy for that trip. Shortly after he received those, his neck blew up, very bulky, which we now know is a telltale sign of CLL, but we didn't at the time. We thought he was having some kind of adverse reaction
To something he
to
ate
something,
or something
well,
there?
to like the travel vaccinations. I can't remember
Oh.
exactly what he was being vaccinated
Yeah.
for, but at the time that was our thought. But
Okay.
so we got steroids, they went down. As soon as the course was over, they blew back up again. And so one thing led to another, and his primary care physician ordered a series of tests. And once we got the results back, the news was devastating.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
So how has that been? I mean, that's been a long journey.
Yes.
Yeah. So here we are in 2025.
25. You know, the thing about chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CLL, is that it's chronic because it returns and relapses.
Okay.
So he had the best possible response in 2011 to chemotherapy. So by the end of 2012, he had completed chemotherapy. Towards the end of of 2012, he had completed FCR, which is a first line of chemotherapy treatment for CLL. He got the best possible response. He proposed. We got married in 2013.
Okay. He better. He better. You were clocking. You were putting in the time.
I was with him that whole way, and we were thrilled about starting a new life together, and we got married in 2013, and he relapsed in 2014.
Oh, wow.
And so that relapse came with a particular chromosomal abnormality that was deadly in 2014, and most did not survive. And because of our involvement with LLS and my relationship to them, they connected me to one of the best hematology oncologists in Chicago.
Wow.
And at Rush University Medical Center. And that began what is the rest of his life.
Wow.
He was introduced to a drug called venetoclax, made by AbbVie Pharmaceuticals, and it has saved his life.
Wow.
He takes 4 pills a day, and to this day, he's undetectable CLL,
Yay.
blood cancer free, and we'll see. The drug was new then. It's still newish now, so we don't know how long he will have this kind of tremendous response.
Okay. So he kind of is like a living clinical trial of him. I mean, really on his own.
Indeed.
So that is a tremendous opportunity for us to also kind of shine a light on how important it is for you to have the right circle and to have the right resources.
Absolutely.
Because really, because you were already connected, you knew how to find those resources.
100%.
But if someone is listening or someone is watching and they're not really sure about what resources are available, so are you saying that they should start by calling LLS?
I would say 2 things. One, at LLS, we have a patient connection program.
Okay.
So whatever, there are hundreds of blood cancers, hundreds of blood disorders. And so first is understand your diagnosis, which you can do at lls.org, and advocate for yourself with your doctor. So once you're armed with true information from a credible source,
Okay.
then you can be armed with that information with your physician. And don't settle for one opinion. Get a second opinion,
Right.
Get a third opinion.
Right.
And that's what we had to do to ensure we have the best care.
Wow.
And so once you have that information, knowledge is power, to your point. And then you can start to figure out, are there clinical trials that I am suitable for? Are there treatments that have not yet gone to market, but they are interested in having people test them? And could you be eligible to be one of those people?
Yeah, and we tell people all the time they cannot be afraid. I mean,
Exactly.
people think of clinical research and they think about being a guinea pig, or they think about Tuskegee and the syphilis
Yes.
study. They think about Henrietta Lacks.
Of
And we just tell
course.
people all the time, like, I'm not a clinical trial advocate. I believe that if it is a good opportunity for you, then you should be afforded that opportunity.
100%.
And so I'm an advocate for people having access and general awareness with the right education to make the best most informed decision for themselves.
I could not say it any better than that, Tiffany. As Black people in this country, we understand our history has not always been positive. And so people's skepticism,
Yeah.
people's concern is real and authentic, and we should honor that. And at the same time, we can also honor our ancestors by staying healthy and being informed and getting the best available treatment to us and be connected to others who are in our same position so that we're not suffering alone.
This podcast is brought to you by Aclinate's Now Included community.
Get trusted resources backed by medical pros for your health. Tap into real experiences from people who look like you and find a safe place for your story. Walk into a space where being you is celebrated and find your power. Your health, your story, your power.
I have a question.
Sure.
So you had a really positive experience.
Yes.
You had a really good physician. Nowadays, if we think about human behavior, people go to Google and
Yes.
they like to look up like information about what they should do, about a particular physician, etc.
100%.
Did you take the chance to go and leave your physician a positive review?
You know what? I have not done that, but I sing his praises. I sing. My mother, unfortunately, was also diagnosed with multiple myeloma last year and a rare blood disorder called amyloidosis. And her care at University of Chicago Medicine has been excellent as well. And we have been so fortunate to have these physicians.
Wow.
So when I have an opportunity to talk to you or to talk to people in
Spread
a forum,
awareness, let people know.
awareness, I talk about how great,
Yeah.
how great the care has been. But you're right. It is important. That's how I found my doctor's.
Yes, I think
my
it's-
daughter's
it's,
pediatrician.
It's so small, it's so small. But
Yes.
like human behavior says, if you
Yes.
have a negative experience, then you are so quick to go online and say, do not go to this
Yes,
place or don't trust
yes.
this person. But I think it's really important for us to take an opportunity to focus on how good things can be.
Absolutely.
Because people are probably going online and
Yes.
looking for physicians, getting this
Yes.
physician information. I think they should have an opportunity to share your story.
Also important in both stories, I think, for my mom and my husband, is the importance of primary care. You can't self-diagnose. As much as we think we can Google and educate ourselves, that's a piece of the puzzle. But you need to have a relationship with the
You mean TikTok can't diagnose me? What? Where are we?
And so I think it's important that we all establish that medical home, that primary care physician, so that they can order the right tests and connect us to the right specialist.
No, and that's something else. Are the tests all the right tests?
Right.
And do all of the readings read the same in all the people? That's a whole nother one.
Sure,
But I do
sure.
want to unpack one more thing that's really important for us, and it's self-care.
Yes.
So you are busy. You
Yes.
work a full-time job. You are a
Yes.
caregiver still. I mean, you're a
Yes.
supporter for your husband. You've been a
Yes.
caregiver for a very long time.
Yes.
Your mom. How do you
Yes.
focus on you?
It is a mess. I can't.
Oh, okay, we're in the
even
same boat.
lie. Yeah. I mean, I try to take care of myself by surrounding myself with my friends, like-minded people, people with the same busy plate, right? And it's just a release to laugh and to hang out and to just support one another.
Yeah.
And then, I do the same things that other people do, travel and the occasional massage, but really that I need to do better is the point.
Okay,
Like,
so get a massage membership so that at
Yes.
least you're guaranteed
That's a
to get
great
one
idea.
every month.
yeah.
So at least the next time you can start with that. You can lead in with that.
Yes.
No, I think it's okay that people can be at a stage of life where you don't really have time to focus on yourself. We are
Right.
trying our best to find that window of time. But it's so funny because for me, being a mom with teenagers and a 2-year-old, my teenagers know that like my self-care is my quality time with you all. Because I see
Yes.
adulthood is like right there in the right places. It's already there. And so like that is what makes me happy. That is what gives me that burst of energy. And so whatever. So I just want to say, extend the grace to yourself
Thank
to
you.
just do whatever it is that makes you happy. If it's traveling even with your daughter,
Yes.
maybe you all try to bring a nanny or a grandparent with
Yes.
you. so that you have somebody to take care. So you have the date night, but you also have the family time.
I love it. I love it. Spoken like someone who has found that balance
Yes,
and understands
you have
that
to. You have to
physically.
make the balance. You have to, and I really appreciate you saying that you also have friends that are in those places.
Yeah.
So I really find that when you are at the right tables and you have people who are at those stages, you're doing life together.
Yes.
So you might have one friend that you need to say like, "Hey, girl, you need to pause and really like focus on yourself." You might have another friend you're like, "Woo, girl, you need to breathe. You got a lot going on. You need to sit down." You might have somebody who needs that little boost of motivation to continue to go and like be their best self. And so wherever you are in life, as long as you are happy, that's all that matters. And so that is self-care, is the opportunity to reflect and figure out what makes me happy, what drives me right now in my current situation.
I love that.
So you and your husband have been on
Life coaching. That should be your next thing.
It's really grace. I mean, it's really through this lens of like extending grace to other people.
Agreed.
But we've talked a lot about your husband.
Yes.
And I know you mentioned your mom was diagnosed with multiple myeloma.
Yes.
And that has been a journey as well.
Yes.
We have had an opportunity to work with the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation
Wonderful.
for over a year now. And so what we do with them is we travel around the United States, go into various cities, and we educate people about multiple myeloma, about that through that caregiver lens, often share real patient stories.
Yes.
Because what we have found with multiple myeloma is a lot of people have a really long journey to diagnosis.
Yes.
And so I would love for you to kind of just touch on your mom's story.
Yes.
How has that been from your perspective? I know you
Yes.
also shared your father passed away from cancer.
Yes.
And so that's something that continues to impact your life. So number one, how's your mom doing today?
She is well, she is in treatment once a week. She has both multiple myeloma and AL light chain amyloidosis. And so that requires weekly treatments to keep the light chain numbers low and to keep, and that treatment also helps with myeloma. So she is doing well. She's 81 years old.
Wow.
Yes. And so that in itself is a blessing. But she did have about a year to diagnosis because different things were going on with her, and little things were just not quite right with monitoring her blood pressure. She was faithful about her medication, but things had started to become uncontrollable and unstable and swelling and just a series of issues. And so trying to wrestle each one of those issues led us to the multiple myeloma
And I would imagine
diagnosis.
at her age, even people probably kind of brushed it under and said,
right.
it was age-related in some capacity.
But again, that self-advocacy, no, I know my body.
Yeah.
This is not it.
And I've been in it for a long time. 21 years.
Okay, so let's keep at it. And so that's essentially what happened.
Wow. So today she's well and thriving.
Yes. I mean, she is in treatment and thriving.
Okay.
She has good days and bad days. The medications, while effective, are definitely, they take a toll on your body. GI issues one day, I mean, not to be, graphic, but one day you could be constipated. The next minute you have diarrhea. Real life stuff.
Yeah.
Fatigue.
That sounds like pregnancy.
Right. So sometimes, she takes it day by day. She has the luxury of being retired and being comfortable in her own home. So she can do what her body needs when she needs it.
Okay, I love that. So you have your father passed away from cancer, your mom, of course, with multiple myeloma, your husband, of course, impacted through lymphoma. What are you doing for screenings for yourself?
So I too have primary care. I have different specializations as well, specialty doctors that keep me healthy. I try to stay on top of it because I have to practice what I preach.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for allowing us an opportunity to share your story, to amplify what you have been through, what you're going through, how you've been resilient through all of it, and to really shine a light on how important it is for people to advocate for themselves. You have education, you have access, you have resources. Advocate for yourself. If you didn't pick up anything else watching today, listening today, self-advocacy is the #1 top priority for yourself and for those around you. Thank you so much, Tawa, for being here with us today. Thank you for listening to Now Included Unfiltered. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give us a follow and leave a 5-star review. We'll see you next week.